The idea that I could trust my 18-year-old self to determine my vocational path for my life, that's a terrifying thought.
If you had a room full of 1,000 people and asked, how many of you here, please stand up, how many of you, if your major central vocation matches the degree that you graduated in, please stand up.
Yeah, it's quite small, and it usually is restricted to nurses and engineers. Most people careen about quite a bit with their career, hopping from skill to skill as they develop into who they're going to be. The idea that I could trust my 18-year-old self to determine my vocational path for my life, that's a terrifying thought. It's a con that colleges are playing, that once they have tricked you into thinking that the name of your degree means you have this job, then I can just say, oh, you'd like to be a successful businessman, I'll make you a business major. That major does not equal that career.
Right.
And we all know from when you went through school and then you walked to your first day on the job, and you walked in the job and you realized, I need to learn this job completely all over because I didn't learn this at school. The best way to learn vocational skills tends to be on the job. That's where you learn the actual vocational skills.
The apprenticeship part.
Yeah. Now the thing is, so why college? You are learning something really significant at college. It just doesn't translate the way people are trying to make it translate. So for instance, I was a chemistry major. I now am a college president. I spent, time as an academic, wrote books, a dissertation, spent time as a pastor writing sermons. I actually think that the chemistry helped quite a lot, because when you're working through a chemistry problem that takes a full week, it's not one where you can do it in a little paragraph, but it takes a full week to sort this out, and you're erasing so many times, you've torn through the paper. The discipline of working a problem over the course of a week, that discipline did translate into sermon prep. It did translate into dissertation writing. It was immensely helpful, but not in the way people think that it works. So a lot of your education is really useful, but it's not useful as a certification. It's useful in the disciplines it teaches your mind. If you think about it that way, that's the purpose of the liberal arts, to say, okay, if we're trying to teach your mind and help you to become a certain kind of person, then let's identify those skills of leadership, which is what the liberal arts was supposed to be, and let's work on you with disciplines that will teach you. Now they refer to them as the soft skills, and what you're finding is the workforce is so focused on the STEM side, engineering, science, technology, mathematics. We've so focused on that we've created a lot of people that can write code, that can program, to do all this, but they struggle with the basics of things like eye contact, like the ability to take this and turn it into something that is useful, persuade other people that this is what they need, and then lead a team in the direction to pull this off.
And if we're talking about equipping someone, even if the goal were to get a job, the fact that so many people wind up in jobs other than their major should indicate that. And they wind up in a job other than their major with $250,000 in debt from the vocational training that they don't use. Right.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing to think about is that when you get those easily certifiable vocational skill type degrees, what you've got is a degree in a career that is going to be the first one to be replaced by the machines. So as there's a great fear that you have the future of the automation, some of it's, I'm sure, overblown and exaggerated, but there are estimates that up to 70 to 80% of the jobs that we have now will be replaced by automation. I don't think we should be scared, because new jobs will always come up. But what you want to cultivate is the versatility and leadership skills to be somebody who can move, learn, and move up the ladder, that's what the liberal arts education gives you. The easily certifiable skills, those are the ones that are the easiest to hand off to automation.